Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Let's get into another Pathfinder Mythic Path, and this time we're going to dig into Trickster, which is absolutely wild and actually the kind of Mythic Path that has good symmetry no matter what build you're using. Doesn't require you to be a fantastic spellcaster, and doesn't really care if you specialize in melee either. No matter what you're trying to do, Trickster's got something to help you out. Let's go ahead and dig in. So you want to start by selecting Bit of Fun on level 1. Mythic characters that draw their power from chaos gain an ability to create 3 illusionary copies of themselves. These copies last for 1 minute per mythic rank and act like mirror image spell, protecting the character from attacks. Those characters can use the ability 3 times per day, and then on the second mythic rank, the characters become more creative, gaining a +3 circumstance bonus to all skill checks. And then at the end of Mythic Level 2, you're going to get a summon. I'm not sure if the summons work properly for Trickster. They're broken on Angel, but my understanding is they're working on Azada. So they might be working on Trickster right now in the beta as well, but I'm not completely sure. You also get hard to kill. You don't die until your total number of negative hit points becomes equal to or greater than double your constitution score. Okay, so here at level 3, we can go ahead and go down a specific mythic path. So we'll choose Trickster. And then when you're playing as a trickster, you get to actually choose from a list of mythic tricks, which all give you something specific based upon a particular class. So we'll go through them. Athletics, rank 1. Any character can break free from entangling effects by succeeding on an athletics check. But if you are strong enough, there is no actual difference between being entangled and suffering from any other debilitating condition. Every round you attempt an athletics check to remove 1 negative condition affecting you. The DC of this check is equal to the effect's original save DC plus 15. Infuse Magic Device. You have learned of a way to improve the efficiency of used magical items. Caster level of all abilities from magical items you use is increased by your mythic rank. Knowledge Arcana. You can now understand how to use magical items even better. Every item with an enhancement bonus that you identify has this enhancement bonus increased by 1. Knowledge World. You know so much trivia that you know how to do almost anything better, and you can give helpful advice to others. Whenever you or anyone within 50 feet from you make a skill check other than Knowledge World, you attempt a Knowledge World check to add half your mythic rank to the original check. The DC of this check is equal to the check's original save DC. Lore Nature. Even in the whirlwind, you can find yourself a healthy meal of some useful items. Every time you rest, you search the surrounding area, finding a random potion or a random scroll, and enough food to cook a common meal that will give some benefits to all your companions. Lore Religion. You learned how to heal not only the body, but the soul as well. Your Treat Affliction removes not only poisons and diseases, but any negative conditions affecting the target. Mobility. Acrobatic movement to avoid attack of opportunity reduces your movement speed despite the fact that the skill is called Mobility. With this unlock, this confusing problem is removed. Acrobatic movement now instead increases your movement speed by half. Perception. You see more than other people. You are under a constant effect of seeing visibility and can now find hidden items in unexpected places. Persuasion. You are so good at demoralizing enemies that just entering combat against you is enough to demoralize them. Any enemy that begins combat against you is immediately affected by your demoralize ability. Stealth. You can easily slip into shadow at any time. You can enter stealth during combat as a move action. The stealth is not broken by a single enemy detecting you. Instead, it acts similar to the invisibility spell, giving you total concealment against all creatures that did not succeed on a perception check against you. Trickery. Magical effects do not differ much from magical traps and can be disabled just like any device. You can, as a standard action, attempt a trickery check to dispel any effects on the target or on the ground. Treat this as the dispel magic spell, only with a caster level check replaced by a trickery skill check with a -10 penalty. And then at level 1, most of these spells you've seen before except Wand of Summon Monster 0. This wand summons an extraplanar murder pony to your side once per day. And then at the end of level 3, you're going to get another summon, and then if you don't already have sneak attack, they'll give you sneak attack. If a character can catch an opponent when he is unable to defend himself effectively from her attack, She can strike a vital spot for extra damage. The character's attack deals extra damage anytime her target would be denied a dexterity bonus to AC or when the character flanks her target. This extra damage is 1d6 and increases by 1d6 at later levels. You also get Sneaky Quack. If a character can catch an ally when they are unable to defend themselves effectively from her healing, she can heal a vital spot for extra healing. This character's heal heals extra damage anytime her target would be denied a dexterity bonus to AC. At level 4, you get to choose another rank 1 mythic trick, and then you get access to the improved mythic trick list. Perception rank 2. Nothing can escape your notice. You automatically detect creatures who attempt to use stealth. You also notice more about yourself and your companions, allowing both them and you from now on to take feats from a special trickster list. As far as I can tell, that's broken right now in the beta. I took this and did not see any additional feats available to me. But if somebody else knows something that I'm missing, let me know down in the comments. Persuasion. You are so good at demoralizing your enemies that they lose the will to fight completely. Enemies affected by your demoralized ability must succeed at a will saving throw with a DC of 10 plus your ranks in persuasion, or become paralyzed and completely helpless. They may make another saving throw against this condition every round. Athletics. You already can break free from continuous conditions, but if you are strong enough, there's little difference between continuous and instantaneous. Every time you fail a saving throw, you can make an athletics check against DC equal to the original save DC plus 20. If you succeed, you automatically pass the saving throw. Knowledge Arcana. You can reveal hidden effects that can be used by wearers of magical equipment. Every item you identify gets an additional random minor effect. Knowledge World. You know so much about the world that you understand that everything in this world is decided by dice, and you are good at dice. You have some very special dice that you will use from now on. Every time a member of your party would roll a 1 on a d20 roll, the result of the roll instead becomes 20. Lore Nature. Not only can you find potions or scrolls, but magical items as well. The quality of food you find also improves substantially. You can now find ingredients for an uncommon meal and will find one random magical item every time you rest. Lore Religion. You now know religion so well that you can use abilities usually reserved for clerics. You can select 2 domains. You gain abilities of those domains and can use spells from those domains once per day as long as the level of those spells is lower than your mythic rank. Mobility. Instead of just avoiding attacks of opportunity by your acrobatic movements, you can instead make them yourself every time you avoid one. Enemies count as flat-footed against those attacks. This is unexpected, after all. Magic Device. You have learned of a way to use items so delicately that the use is completely unnoticed. Wands you use no longer lose charges for use, and you can equip any magical items possible, regardless of requirements. Stealth. You exceeded stealth, fading from sight with your every move. Your stealth in combat now works more akin to greater invisibility spell effect. Trickery. Multiple magical effects do not differ much from complex magical traps and can be disabled together just like any device. You can, as a standard action, attempt to dispel all magic effects on the target or on the ground. Treat this as the greater dispel magic spell, only with a caster level check replaced by a trickery skill check with a negative 20 penalty. And then at level 2 you get a few more spells. Bear's Grace. If the target of this spell fails its will saving throw, it is granted the grace of a bear, giving it a negative 8 penalty to dexterity. Fish Missile. You launch a smelly, slimy, putrid fish at your enemy as a ranged touch attack. The fish deals 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage, plus an additional 1d6 per 2 caster levels you have above the first. On a successful hit, the target must make a fortitude save or be sickened for 1d4 plus 1 rounds. And finally, Summon Small Beer Elemental. This spell summons a small beer elemental for 1 round per caster level. And at the end of level 4, you do get access to another summon. At level 5, you get to choose another trick. At level 5, you get access to more spells. Glorious Beard. This spell causes a glorious beard to erupt from the face of a willing target. The beard grants a +2 natural armor bonus to AC and damage resistance 5 slashing. Hallucinogenic Cloud. This creates a bank of fog like that created by Fog Cloud, except that the vapors are hallucinogenic. Creatures in the cloud become confused. Invisibility almost greater. This spell functions like greater invisibility, but Not so great. Instead of not ending after an offensive action, it ends with a chance equal to 5% plus 5% per attack you made during the invisibility. And finally, Summon Medium Beer Elemental does exactly what you think it does. At the end of level 5, you get access to another summon. And then finally at level 6, we get to choose another Mythic Trick and another Mythic Trick upgrade. And then if you look at the rest of the levels for Trickster, so starting at level 7, we'll get a greater Mythic Trick. And then you'll be able to continue to choose a level 1 Mythic Trick all throughout the remaining levels. There should be some increases to sneak attack, and you will continue to get a summon every level as well. And you also do get access to level 4 spells, so you get to summon a grizzly bear, and you can summon a large beer elemental. All right, and that is the overview of Trickster. Unfortunately, I don't have a spell book I can combine for it, so I cannot show you 7 spells. If I remember correctly, this mythic path goes up to level 7. But level 4 is as far as I can go. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Do you like this mythic path? Does it look like something you might try out for one of your builds? If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.